Pa-pa, 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 pa-pa. That sound, that sound right there, that sound of a warning, that blaring horn, and it might just be the one that saved your life. Let me paint the picture for you. You're driving down the expressway, music on, you're feeling good, you glance in your mirror, you hit your signal, and you begin to change lanes, and then bam, the horn blasting at you. Your heart stops. You jerk the wheel. You realize there was someone in your blind spot. Wow. And you didn't see them. Have you ever had that happen to you? That, my friend, is a blind spot. And we all have them. Not just on the road, but in life, especially in business. Hey, this is Jim, Coach Jim, the business training coach. Happy to be here with you this morning, and thank you. Thank you for joining me. Today, I've got something powerful that I want to share with you, and you're going to love it because it might just save your life in reality as well as in business. So, let's talk about the what I want to talk about. Great mentors show you first. You can see what you can see. See, in life, we have what is called that blind spot. And that blind spot can hit you because it covers the broader area of your domain of knowledge. A blind spot is an area where you don't know what you don't know. In business, that might be like, it might be like a product that isn't selling and you can't figure out why. The team issue that keeps repeating, but no one is telling you the truth. The team a strategy that used to work, but now is just draining you all the time. A mindset that keep you small, and you have normalized it. The tricky part, you can't access your own blind spot alone. By definition, you really don't know they are there. I have talked about Einstein's domain of knowledge, where the entire domain of knowledge, he says, represents about 80% of what you is called your blind spot. It's called you don't know that you don't know. And so that blind spot, that area, is somewhere that you cannot access yourself. You cannot access it by yourself because you don't know that they are there. So, this is where a great mentor comes in. You see, great mentors see it before you do. Great mentors, they show you first. So you know that it's possible. They have been there, they know the terrain that you're trying to cross, and they can say, watch your step, or this is where most people quit. Here's what worked for me, and it will work for you too. A mentor doesn't give you answers, they reveal your blind spot. And that's where the real breakthrough occurs from your blind spot. So let me share three steps or three aspects of the blind spot. I call it the blind spot breakthrough model. And I'm going to give you a quick model that I share with my inner circle. There are three parts to this. What the model is your blind spot breakthrough, and the first of that phase is what we call awareness. Now, awareness is where you've accepted you're too close to see everything clearly. This is a case where your ego goes down and humility goes up. You have to be willing to accept that. Now, the second, the second phase is access. You invite insight. You open the door. You let someone in that you trust to help you and guide you so that you can see what you've missed. They bring it out, they bring it to your attention, putting it in front of you so you can see. Because remember, you can't see what you don't know, what you don't see. Now, the third phase is the adjustment phase. This is where you take what you have been shown and you realign quickly. That's the moment things start to click, money starts to flow, and peace replaces stress. Every successful entrepreneur that you admire, they have gone through these processes, usually more than once. So let me tell you a quick story. I call it from blind spot to breakthrough. I once coached someone who was frustrated with their lack of sales. They thought that they had a marketing problem. But the reality is, what they really had was a messaging blind spot. They were trying to sell what they thought people needed, not what people actually need. See the difference? Once I got that clarity, everything shifted. They didn't just sell more, they communicated better, they connected deeper, and finally they felt aligned with their business. Now business was fun and their life was so much better. My friends, blind spots are always expensive until you see them. So having a mentor, having a coach, having someone that will be looking over your shoulder, that will be guiding you, that will be directing you, that will be helping you, is that's the critical aspect of it. And when you are selecting a or a mentor, don't necessarily accept the first one that comes along. You want to make sure that there is an alignment. First, it's about having that good feeling. And I have a philosophy in my life that I have an obligation to feel good always. Because you see, when I'm feeling good, it means that I'm in alignment with my divine master. And when that happens, only good things happen. Nothing bad happens. And by extension, whoever is in my circle, in my vicinity, while I'm in that state of good feeling, then they're going to benefit from it too, because it will just be a good, positive, enjoyable environment. Now, when you're not feeling good, when I'm not feeling good, it tells me that I'm out of alignment. And that's when bad things happen. Now, if you have, when I was growing up and buying my first car and stuff like that, there was a thing with the car where the front end was out of alignment. That means that the wheels were not balanced. So when there was that misalignment and you're driving down the road, this is the kind of thing you get, that shaking and jerking, a very uncomfortable ride. That's what happens when I'm not in alignment, when you're not in alignment with your source. And that's when bad things happen, because it's distracting and it's stressful. So you always want to get back in alignment. That is why in the selection of a mentor or a coach, it's important that there is an alignment. There's a clicking of the spirit, so there is no friction, and it's just a smooth, easy working together. No, that's one thing. But the second thing that you have to be aware of in selecting a mentor or a coach is you want someone that is not going to be just telling you what to do. That's not coaching. Teacher tells what to do. But a coach, they will they are someone who, first of all, they listen. So it's listening more than talking. I've always repeated the concept about your two ears. You have two ears and one mouth. Wisdom dictates that you use it accordingly. So you listen more than you speak. And you see, in the process of listening, that is where your coach, your mentor get to understand, as we would say, where you're coming from. They understand you, what's happening inside in your head, and by having that understanding, then they are better able to expose your blind spot and put you on the right path. Now, there is also something about listening, um, and adapting the brother to listening. That is questioning. A great coach will ask questions, and those questions are designed to bring out your feeling, your emotions, your understanding. It's putting you under the spotlight. So all those blind spots can be exposed. And along with that, is the ability of observing. That coach will be observing you. They will be looking at everything that is going on. They're looking at you when you're answering your questions. What is the expression on your face? What is your body language? All of these things tells. And by extension, the questions, the observation, that creates an intuitive uh, knowledge to that coach that is able to peg you down and clearly identify your problem. But now, the other part of it is that he is not telling you what the problem is. Yes, in a subtle way, he will point that out. But the goal is not for him to tell you what it is. The goal for him is to help you to identify it yourself. So he positions you so that you can see, and this comes by the questions that he asks. The illustrate just pretty much how his process. It is designed to get you to see it so you can solve the problem yourself. Remember, as a coach, your coach is not solving your problem. He's positioning you to solve the problem. And that comes from the questions, from the observations, and all those other intuitive activities that he might engage in with you. So when you look at all these things, then it's taking you closer to identifying the type of coach that you want to be connected with. A fourth area is that that coach should have been where you want to go. He should be at some point where you want to go. That means that it is the experience, the process of going through it that he is going to use to empower you. In the course of his journey, he will have gone through lots of challenging situations, for example. And it is out of those challenges that your strength becomes exposed. And he's able to share that with you. So you can see that. You can see the results that comes from that. Okay? So they are just those four criteria that you want to look at first. And when we get together, I'll share a lot more because there are a few things, but it's important in knowing how to go about identifying the coach or the mentor that you want to work with you. So now, let me move on to the best part because all week I've been talking with you and I have been inviting you not to miss Friday because Friday I have a big reveal that you don't want to miss. And that's the good news. That's something powerful that I'll be revealing at 10 a.m. in my live on Friday. I'm going to show you something that could change the way you see yourself and your business from this point forward. It has been in the works, and I promise you'll be delighted that you show up for it. So set your reminder, mark it on your calendar, block your phone, and tell your friends about it so that they can come join us too. That's Friday morning at 10 o'clock. You will thank yourself later on for being there, okay? Now, before I let you go, let's stay connected. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Coach Jim Foster. And that's where I drop insights, interviews, straight talk for business builders like yourself. And that's growing. So subscribe so we can have that going in a bigger way. Additionally, um, you are not alone. So I have established my Facebook group. It's called the Home Based Business Forum. And look for the one with a picture of the diverse picture on it. That's my free community where you will find support, conversation, and strategies for launching and growing your business. Hey guys, my whole life revolves around helping you to develop and grow an even more successful and profitable business. You know, the one that can sustain a flourishing lifestyle, the lifestyle of your dream that gives you freedom, independence, financial security, and help you to build that legacy that you can leave behind for your generations. So remember, you're not alone, and you shouldn't try to do this business alone. Let's grow, but let's grow together. Hey, this is Coach Jim, and I'm signing off. I will see you on Friday, 10 a.m. sharp. Have a phenomenal day. And of course, I'm going to hang around for another minute or so. So if you have a question, you can pop it in the chat and we will address it for you. Now, also, don't forget to check out the chat because we got a lot of little links and stuff like that that you might want to check out. Um, and remember, you will also have access to the gift that I promised you for sticking with me. So check the chat, check the link in the chat, so you can download that business startup checklist, developmental checklist that are prepared especially for you. Okay. All right. Well, again, I'm not going to pat myself on the back, but thank you for being here. Um, Obviously, I've answered all your questions, so you don't have any. I will see you tomorrow morning at 10, but definitely plan for Friday, okay? Duh.